today I'm going to be going over 14 different reasons why your website isn't actually ranking and how to actually address those. So this is a few different websites that I've pulled over and we're going to be looking at them as to why they're not ranking. So website number one, this is a chiropractor in New York and it is ranking position 81, I believe, or roughly in the 70s and in the 80s. One thing I will say about this chiropractor as well is that they are fairly old. As you can see, the 3rd of August 2019 it was when this article was actually published, right? But what you actually start to realize about this article is that it falls under reason one as to why your website might not be ranking, and that is it's not got any LSI. So what I mean by LSIs is when you're trying to rank for best chiropractors New York, you want different variations of your keyword throughout the actual article. So if I just do like a Control F here for chiropractor New York, as you can see, the actual main keyword isn't actually used in this article. NYC. Chiropractor NYC isn't, in New York. In New York is, but you want to be using a different variety of all of the keywords, right? Out of the 4 or 5 keywords I've just tried out, it's not got any. Then if we actually take a look, I can kind of understand what the SEO or the person leading the SEO has tried to do. But for example, the chiropractor FAQ section, even if we take a look at this content, right? If we go back to page 1, here, the actual people also search for questions. It's not aligning with any of it. So for example, how much does a chiropractor cost in NYC? How do I choose a chiropractor NYC? Actually, what would be interesting is if they actually include a price. So this is the most common, this just isn't optimized to get the actual question and answers. What you want when you are doing FAQs, just as a rule of thumb, right, is when you're mentioning a price, let's say, for example, you want this to be directly under the actual question that you've asked. Otherwise, it's just very hard for Google to understand this. Because if you think of it, right, you've asked this question, and then what Google needs to do is parse this entire sentence, realize that your answer isn't in that sentence, and then parse all of this, and then realize it's just here. But you could have literally just cut out all of the fluff and said, a chiropractor in NYC is between 60 to 250. Hey, very quickly, if you want results like this dental practice, for example, we took the website from 0 monthly visits in November, and they are now getting over 750 monthly visits through to their website. They're actually able to generate their own inquiries for the business, and they aren't relying on third-party agencies to generate them leads like they were before, or this law firm that we were able to take from 1,100 to just over 2,000 monthly visits through to their website, as you can see from the graph, or this e-commerce store where we were able to grow them from 7,500 to just over 30,000 monthly visits to their website, and it's generating a lot of sales through to their e-com store. If you want results like that, make certain to check out casualdash.com. The link is in the description. Fill out the form, see if my team can help. If I feel like SEO isn't suitable for your business, I can also guide you on where you should be spending your marketing budget. But back to the video. Now, if you want to go one step even further, what you can do is say chiropractors usually start from $60. However, they can go to $250 if you want a bespoke chiropractor package, etc., etc. That right there, that sentence alone would probably rank just for that. So if, say for example, if we do how much does a chiropractor cost in NYC, right? We'll actually see what's ranking for this. So as you can see, no fluff, no BS. It's literally straight to the point. That's in New York, that's how much it costs. And a little rule as well is if you ever wanted to check who's ranking second in the actual snippet, you can do minus then the website.com. And then, as you can see here, chiropractor adjustments vary depending on your location. Again, this isn't great. This could definitely be better, but again, Forbes, the content on Forbes isn't the best. They rank based off of their clout. So even if we were going to go up against Forbes and stuff, we could definitely do a much better job. Let's just see who's actually after. Yeah, so there's nobody else that's actually that is optimized for the feature snippet. If we do in New York, so this is a little bit better. The average initial visit to the chiropractor is about 147. For subsequent follow-up visits, the average price is approximately $81. This is actually pretty decent. You could definitely try to push this up a little bit higher to the first sentence, but that's reason number one. Your content is probably just getting devalued by Google. You might have, in this case, whoever's done the actual SEO for this, they've tried to just fluff up the content. So the actual content writer would have been given a task of, hey, I need you to write, let's say, 5,000 words or 2,500 words, and they've just fluffed up the content for 100% certain that's the case here. Because a lot of these questions you could definitely just answer in like a sentence, like, for example, this. To be honest, this would probably actually be like a separate article as well. Which then leads me to my next point. So reason number two why your website might not be ranking high enough is lack of relevant keywords, right? So if I wanted to rank for best chiropractors New York, we'll stick on this same website because it's pretty relevant. I would want to do supporting articles, right? So for example, how many chiropractor sessions do I need, right? This deserves to be on its own page. I don't even need to look at the keyword, just based off of previous years of like experience and stuff. I just know that just deserves its own blog article. And then what I would do is internal link this back up to my best chiropractors in New York page. How much does a chiropractor cost in NYC? Let me just see if this deserves its own page. New York chiropractor cost in NYC. I would probably not have a dedicated page for that. Are chiropractor adjustments safe? This definitely does deserve its own page. So yes, this is more of like a, is it safe to get your neck manipulated by a chiropractor? Stuff like that. You just want to create your own page. Because again, if we were to just look at this, right, look how short this answer is. But then if we were to like look at New York Times, right, is it safe to get your neck manipulated by a chiropractor? Is it going to let me? Oh, this website, man. Let's take a look at Health Central. If you take a look at the how in detail this article goes, you just can't actually go into that much detail on this page. So I would be creating a lot of these questions as actual dedicated blog articles that would then internally link and power up my best chiropractors New York page, my best chiropractors California page. So that was reason number two, lack of relevant blog articles or supporting articles. We've got then reason number three, which is weak or non-existent backlink profiles. So again, if we take a look at this website, this website probably falls into like 3 or 4 different categories. It's probably sounding like I'm actually picking on this website a lot. I'm actually not. But for example, we've got 48 backlinks and 20 referring domains. It's not doing too bad. Like it's got 65 keywords. This would be like a brilliant website to outreach to like sign up as an SEO client if any of you guys are interested in that. But if you take a look, like there's a lot of long tail, like super long tail keywords that it's ranking for. So the foundations are there. You just need to clean up a lot of bad SEO. Like there's a lot of articles here that you would probably need to do a little bit of cleanup for. But on the backlink side of stuff, if if we take a look at the backlinks, it's literally just not got anything of power. Like a lot of the links that it actually does have here, is like a no follow link, no follow. They've got a couple do follow links, but again, nothing that would actually pass the power. Now, let me show you guys an example of a website that we recently done backlinks for. So this is a website here, 5,200 keywords, 16,000 traffic. A lot of people think you actually need a lot of backlinks, but in reality, you don't. You just need really good, relevant links that actually do the job, right? So this is like an online sofa shop. It's ranking position 3 for like its primary keyword, which is like buy online sofas. But if you actually take a look here, right, its competitors has like DR46. There's like a DR52, DR61. Our site's a DR3. So it's pretty difficult to actually rank for this keyword, but it's actually doable. Now, if we were to take a look at the guys that are ranking #1 for actual chiropractors in New York, if we just go to Google. So if we take a look here, if we look at these guys, right, so this is the #1 result, and if we take a look, what you'll find is that there's a massive discrepancy in the amount of links. So we've got 169 referring domains here. It's obviously ranking for a lot more keywords here. It's also got a lot more it's getting a lot more traffic every single month. We've also got a lot more actual traffic as well. So if I just load up the original website that we were looking at, right? So again, we've got a DR26 website, which is not massively powerful by any means. It can be done in a matter of like 2, 3, 4 months, depending on like your SEO budgets and stuff like that and how much you're actually investing. Whereas here we've got a DR5, backlinks 48, referring domains 20. A few things that I would recommend if you guys are looking to actually scale out your link building and your off-page SEO. Try to vet out the links. Don't just think you need more links. In reality, you actually need a lot less links than what you think you need. A few things that I would worry about is try to get relevant links. So what I mean by that is, if, say, for example, you're a chiropractor website and you get a dog website, a dog blog linking to you, that's not going to do much. You're going to need a lot of dog links to help power up your website. Whereas if you get like a lot of fitness and a lot of health blogs linking to you, you might only need 30 or 40 links. You're not going to need much in terms of off-page SEO. So just bear that in mind. Then there's obviously like different ways that you can gain authority from that point of view as well, but that's just a very simple like solution. If you guys do want to know a little bit more, feel free to book in a call with me. I'll be happy to explain to you guys. The links in the description and stuff. But anyway, reason number 4, slow website speed. Now, I've said in previous videos that slow website speed it's not going to get you from like position 5 to position 1. So just bear that in mind. Whenever I speak about slow website speed or like slow core web vitals, it's not going to be something that's going to push you from position 5. Like, for example, if we do page speed insights, this is one thing that I would worry about if, like, for example, my entire website is just like stuck on page like 82 or position 82, for example. But what you'll typically find is even a lot of the actual high ranking websites, they don't even have a really good page speed. So for example, if we take a look here, we'll just run 2 crawls very quickly. You'll typically find, well, actually, in this case, we do have a fairly fast website. But let me try and find a website that's actually position 1 that's actually got really bad page speed insights. 1 second. So this is Lawyers New York. We'll find the first law firm that actually ranks for it. So this is their actual performance. It's not getting great results, like 35 performance. The actual best practices in SEO is doing fairly well. This was the actual chiropractor in New York. Again, it's 41. It's nothing great. Like all of these is fairly green, but obviously the performance, as you can see, it's got like loads of blocking time, speed index is bad, content layout shift is bad, large content paint's bad. All of the things that actually matter the most, it's not getting like really good results. And as you can see, this is the actual this is the website that's ranking position 1 for chiropractor New York. This is the actual law firm that's ranking position 1 for lawyers New York as well. Again, the performance ain't great. This is the best chiropractor New York, the website that we've been talking about for the entire video. And again, the performance it's shocking. But again, if they were to get this from if they were to get this from performance 26 to performance 100, they're not going to jump that much positions because they've got other underlying issues. They might jump a little bit, but on the grand scheme of things, they've not got they've got bigger ROI bigger issues that would, if they were to solve like the content issues, for example, that's going to yield higher ROI. Then we've got mobile unfriendly design. So this is one thing that I get often after a business owner has recently had their website redesigned, right? What you usually get, now this website is shocking on mobile and on desktop, so I might not even take this website into consideration, right? Because this is just a web developer's mess, as I like to call it. I am sorry if you are watching this, the actual business owner of this website, right? But for example, a lot of people, they take a look at their website on actual desktop and they're like, yeah, it looks brilliant. Now, what you should actually also be taking a look at or a consideration of is what it looks like on mobile as well, right? Because I think right now it's like 65 or 70% of all searches are done on mobile. And the reason why I'm saying on mobile it's really important, that's how Google also crawls your website. So they actually send out their mobile indexer, and that's how they literally visualize and crawl and index your website. So if we take a look here, now this website's not too bad on mobile. I feel like the design on mobile is actually a lot better than on desktop. But just a few things to bear in mind. Actually, this website is actually not too bad on mobile. It's actually on desktop that's not too great. But just so you guys understand, when Google comes and crawls your website, especially like when it's on mobile and stuff, right? Words higher up the page, Google can understand the actual page a lot more, right? So just before, like, without getting too technical into how Google works and how it crawls a web page and stuff, Google comes to your website and it, first of all, a lot of people think that it crawls and indexes and reads the entire page. It's not actually the case. Google actually looks at maybe the first maybe 10, 15 words on your page, and then it will come back if it feels like it's of quality. Now, the reason why I say having secondary keywords and different variations of your keyword higher up the page yields more value is because that's what Google initially sees when it comes to your website. So if you can be as descriptive as possible in your actual content, and if you're not hiding your content, like these guys, for example, right, they could obviously optimize this logo. They could push this actual content up, this like heading and this actual subheading, and they could have a little bit more text higher up the page. And when Google actually crawls all of their pages, it's just going to have a much better experience, because you also need to remember, we want to try and satisfy Google as much as we possibly can, especially when it's coming to crawl our website. So if we can be as descriptive as possible when it comes to do its crawl, then it's just going to yield us better results as well. So just remember that when it comes to mobile friendly. I know that was a little bit more technical and stuff. Poor on-page SEO. So For example, if you are actually, we'll take a look at this, right? So a lot of people, they want to just rank the web page, but if you're more in like a visual industry, like let's say for example you do kitchen remodeling, or you do, let's say, bathroom tiling, right? A lot of people, they don't even search on Google, and what I mean by that is if I go back, and basically, right, for example, a lot of people might search on images. So if I do bathroom remodeling, right, I've definitely misspelled that. So if I go to images, a lot of people, they would actually look at the images, and we want to also rank the images along with our website, because a lot of people, they might just like add a few of these images to their Pinterest board, let's say, for example, right? So the best way that we can obviously rank our images is by alt tagging them up correctly. Now, if we take a look here, and if we go to inspect, and if we take a look, so this image here, it's not actually got any alt text. Yeah, it's not got any alt text. Let's just take a look at a few of their images. This image, this one does. Dr. Dom, his chiropractor office located at 274 Madison Avenue, 100 New York. Are these? Yes. So, I mean, they've only got like a couple images that's not actually alt tagged up correctly, but again, that's one thing that these guys are actually doing all right on. They're actually trying to rank their images. Another thing as well is doing internal links, just while we're on the on-page SEO side of stuff. What you want to try to do is, if you have more internal links going through to a certain page on your website, let's say, for example, we're trying to rank for best chiropractors New York. If that page only has one internal link, or maybe like two internal links, you're not telling Google that that page is important. Whereas if this page, if we were to create, let's say, 10 or 15 supporting articles, like how much does chiropractors cost in New York, is chiropractors safe, etc., etc., and those are all internally linking back up to this page, we're going to have more internal links. We might have, let's say, 15 or 20 internal links, and Google will realize that this page is really important, and we're actually building more internal link power through to this page, so it'll rank this page a little bit higher. Then we've got technical SEO issues. So for something like this, I would recommend running like a technical SEO audit. You've obviously got the likes of Screaming Frog. You do also have, why is that not loaded? There we go. So this is like what the actual tool looks like. It's not the nicest looking tool, but basically this will actually tell you like all of your status codes, if you've got any 500 errors, if you've got any double 301s, if you have any 404 pages, and it will also tell you like word count of the page as well. So as you can see here, it'll tell you like if certain pages there's just no words on it, so you can obviously add more SEO optimized words or articles on the actual website. So that's that. There's obviously different tools out there. For example, you could even use like Sitebulb. That's another really good tool that you can use. Does fairly similar. It's a little bit more of a user-friendly design. Or you also have got Jet Octopus as well. Jet Octopus is probably the most advanced out of the three, but you might not need Jet Octopus. But like I would probably recommend Jet Octopus if you've got like a bigger website. That's my go-to tool. It's a little bit more of like a enterprise tool. I would probably say it does also a few other extra bits that the other two doesn't. Then we've got lack of fresh content. So again, if we take a look at this website, right, if your competitors are consistently uploading new blog articles, then, and you're not, that can definitely be an issue. So actually, do you know what? I think that this website's getting redesigned at the minute. Which is quite cool, but they've actually got the actual redesigned version in the actual index, which can also cause your website to not rank as well. So again, this is another technical SEO issue. I didn't even know this website had it, but they've got like 2 versions of their website live right now, and Google's just going to be getting confused as to which one is important and which one it's not. But let's take a look at the lack of fresh content, right? So, for example, this page here, it's not been updated since 2019. They can definitely, obviously, within the chiropractor industry, nothing might have changed. Like, there might not be any new laws or anything, but this content is probably not being optimized for the best SEO practices in 2024. I mean, you've not touched the content in 5 years now, so expect you to not rank. This website might have ranked very well a few years ago, but maybe not now. Not targeting local SEO, so missing local SEO elements like Google My Business Profile optimizations can hinder local rankings. So, let's actually see if these guys have a Google Business Profile. Do they have a Google Business Profile? So if we go to Maps, I don't see these guys. Okay. So do you know what? This is actually a really good example. Now, their Google Business Profile is called Dominic M. Ferrazzi, DC, and their actual website is called drdom.nyc. So there's not really much. Well, actually, it's not too bad. It can be a little bit confusing. If it was me personally, I would have called it something like drdom.nyc or NYC, the actual business name. But again, that's just my recommendation. A few things that I would recommend here that these guys haven't done is they've not set up like any services, they've not set up like any images or products that they actually offer. Like, for example, if we take a look at New York chiropractors. If you take a look at who's actually ranking position 1, right? So what you'll typically find is they've actually went and uploaded their own photos. Obviously, you can get people to upload photos and reviews from you. They've also started uploading actual posts on their GMB. Now, as you can see here, this GMB is lacking a lot of stuff. I don't know what I pressed there. Let's see, what else? Reviews, about. So they've actually like filled out all of their about. So they're wheelchair accessible. They are helping language or different languages. They're gender neutral toilets, so on and so forth. If we take a look at position number 2, again, so they've got like a menu. I wouldn't recommend a menu. Is there like one with services? They've not got services. Let's take a look at lawyers in New York, because these guys, their GMB game's actually a lot more on point. I think that those examples are probably not the best that I was showing you guys. So if we take a look at these guys, right, they've got services and they've got every single service they actually provide. They've got reviews. So they've got loads of reviews. They're trying to actively get reviews. They've also got updates as well. So 29th of August, we are on the 1st of September recording this video. 19th of August, 28th of July. So their statuses or their updates could be a little bit more better or more on point. And they've also got a few photos. You can obviously upload videos and stuff like that of inside and also outside of your actual office, and that would do very well. But the services is probably one of the biggest things that I would be looking at. And then obviously if you've got the actual the services that you actually list on your Google Business Profile, if you list those on your actual website as dedicated pages, that will also help as well. We then obviously have got, the reason number 10 why your website might not be ranking is improper use of structured data. This is a little bit more so for your local businesses and e-commerce stores. If you can, obviously you've got structured data testing tool. And if we take a look here, if we just paste in the actual URL, this will do is it'll tell us what schema that they've used. So they've got product schema. I wouldn't have thought they would have used product schema, but again, I could be wrong. They also have got attorney schema, which is the correct schema that you should be using. So you've got like your Google business profile linked here, your LinkedIn profile linked here, your street address, postal code, the country that you're in, and your actual name. So one thing to bear in mind as well, if you're doing this for local businesses, is try to match this up with the actual citations that you're getting built as well, because that'll help you very, very much. We've then got reason number 12. So this is a little bit more so for you affiliate guys. Overuse of ads and pop-ups. Let's take a look at why does my stomach hurt, right? And we'll obviously go to like position 8, because I feel like that's where a lot of the health.com, right? We'll see if these guys actually have any ads. They've got some. Now again, is this a reason? Is this not? I don't think that this is too bad. As having ads, like I don't think anything that they've done here is too. Yeah, this isn't too bad, but there's some websites that literally have like ads inside their content, and you're in the middle of like reading this content here, and there's just a massive ad, and it pops up, and it's just slowing the website down. The actual example I've used, it's not too bad. But again, if you've got excessive ads, that can definitely be annoying. It can definitely increase bounce rate, which can actually have a detrimental effect to your website. We then have bad user experience. Again, something that I mentioned before is if you've got too many ads, for example, it can increase bounce rate. Another thing as well to bear in mind is don't just look at your UX from a desktop point of view, look at it on mobile as well, because a lot of searches happen on mobile. Like for example, how many searches overall are on mobile? We'll take a look. Mobile traffic or mobile devices account for 60% of all global searches now. So mobile devices generate 58.67% of global website traffic in the last quarter of 2023. So that's 2023. It might have even increased to, let's say, 60% by now. And then the last reason, which I've already covered, is low domain authority. Now, you might not need to worry about low domain authority if, like, for example, you're a chiropractor, right? Because this website here, Dr. Dom, their biggest competitor is DR26. Whereas if, say, for example, you're a lawyer, if we do law firm in New York, and if we do, let's just take a look at, we'll take a look at these guys, right? They're position number 3. And if we take a look, we will just do this. So these are a DR65 website. So they've got a lot of domain authority. Now, the best way that you can obviously increase your domain authority is doing like digital PR. You can get like some really high value guest posts and niche edits pointing through to your website. Like these guys, they're going to have a lot of like the bigger style links. They're going to have a lot of do follow links. Right now, Ahrefs has decided to just die on me. There we go. So if we sort by DR, highest to lowest, so they've got like the New York Times link into them. They've got the Guardian. They've got the BBC. Now, in some cases, you might not be able to get all of these, but you can obviously try to work on getting some of those. If you guys do need help with acquiring any of those style of links, go over to casualdash.com, fill in the contact form, and I will get back to you. Like we do a lot of those style of links, so it shouldn't be a problem. But that has been 13 or 14 reasons as to why your website isn't ranking. I hope you guys have found this video useful. It has been a little bit of a longer video. I'm sorry about that. But if you guys have enjoyed this video, please remember to leave a like. And if you guys do want a free growth strategy call with myself for your website, make sure to check out casualdash.com. The link is in the description. Thanks.